What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the season finale review of Black Lightning, Shadow of Death, the Book of War. Ambitious Ace.
Dame Diddy.
Yo, round of applause to this season, man. Round of applause, man. How did you feel about the 13th episode of this season, man? How'd you feel?
I felt so supreme, so imperial. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it actually was a really good episode. It started out slow. I initially thought
But in a good
that,
way, though. But in a good way.
Yes.
Yeah.
It started out slow, and I was getting worried that we weren't going to be able to close
Oh.
all of the gaps.
Yeah, I kind
this-
of get your
I was
feeling like
short
that.
on time. They
Right.
going through this. He's in a coma. We ain't got enough time for this, man.
Right.
But sure enough, they sure did put everything together.
Right.
The episode came out really good, man. I really like Khalil. I really like Cyanide.
One thing I want to
really
point
like
out.
Tobias.
Look, I know I was hating on Khalil's hair, but they kind of cleaned it up this episode. I don't know if you noticed it. It looked a little bit more presentable.
I don't know what you're talking
It
about.
looked. I don't know. It looked like it was actually his hair this time around. That's just me. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of hard to do fake dreads and make it believable.
But I don't know. I guess it kind of warmed up to me, and I kind of feel like he's warming up to the role a little bit more too. Like he's a little bit more comfortable
Well, it
being
seems
a
like
painkiller.
I actually feel like he looks like he's really in learning mode.
Yeah.
Like he's learning his powers and everything like that. And Cyanide seems completely comfortable. You know she was from South Africa
No, I did not.
in real life?
Really.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thought that was interesting, man. She's really, really young.
Did you catch that detail that Tobias dropped about her?
Which
About
one?
her.
The carbon fiber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was
I
interesting.
thought Gamby said that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm mixed up. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did say that because he was explaining that to
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, man, what'd you feel about, I guess you could say Jefferson's little coma episode there, like how he was going through, talking to his dad and everything, because that was one of my favorite parts of the episode. I thought that was handled very, very well.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of like just kind of closing the door on that chapter so we can really get a full understanding of, like, his dad's relationship with Gamby.
Right.
How Black Lightning was discovered
Boy
by
had that
Gamby.
nice high top fade back in the day, too.
Yeah.
Clean, perfect.
And the other thing is, like, I feel like this episode also put it in context about his powers, Tobias's powers, because at the beginning of the season, you see him with Black Lightning, and I don't know if it hit you, but it didn't initially hit me that he still looks the same now as he did then. But then when they explained it,
right.
and then you seen him use the serum, I'm just like, yo, like he really did look the same.
Yeah, he didn't
when
age.
Black Lightning was a damn kid
Right.
30 years ago.
Right.
So I thought that was dope, and I like him and his dad sitting down. I like the fact that they show you he got the saying quotes thing from his dad.
Yeah, that was a
I
nice
really liked
touch.
that. I
That
really
was really
appreciated
good.
that.
Yeah, I love how they played that whole scene out, from the music choice and just the whole thing to like, he was just like, you can't stay here, you gotta go.
Yes, they played Stairwell to Heaven.
Yeah,
I was like, yo,
yeah,
they
it was
really
perfect.
played the perfect
Yo,
song.
the sound, we'll get more on the soundtrack later, but man, I want the soundtrack to this whole season because it's been fire,
I
man.
mean, you can just make a playlist.
I'm just saying, if they release one, I would buy it. Just saying. Oh, how did you feel about Jennifer's progress throughout the episode?
It was dope. The only thing that seemed awkward to me was when she hugged her dad.
Why?
It just looked awkward.
You think
I
it
think
looked
it was-
awkward?
yeah.
I understood why though. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
it was CGI and everything like that. So
Well,
I mean,
no,
I understand.
not that. I'm just saying the whole meaning of it. That's her dad. She was feeling sad.
That's not why it looked
Okay,
awkward
okay.
to me.
All right. You
It
just
was
think the
'cause
whole
I think
animation.
the CGI kind of
Okay.
made it look kind of weird when it initially happened and everything. But
Okay.
aside from that, man, I like Jennifer's journey in this season because it went from looking like she didn't have anything to do to now like she's starting to mature
Yeah.
and get in fighting mode.
She's embraced the
Like,
role of her family.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like Jefferson said, like she saved his life again.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was dope that we're getting that aspect of her. I mean, Anissa is still my favorite character,
Right.
just because I just like how fierce she is.
Yeah.
Like you know,
Oh, she was ready to
Uncle
fight.
Gambi, I'm ready to
I'm
fight.
ready to
I ain't
go.
I ain't
Like,
got time for this.
exactly.
You know, I really like
And
that.
I like how he told her, like, you know, we need you. You the strongest person we got here besides your dad, so you can't go nowhere.
But I just like she seems really into the role.
Right.
So it's easy to believe that family is really a family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even Lynn lately, she's been on my good side because it just seems like she's like embracing her family.
Well, she got time to show out this episode too. Badass shotgun wielding and everything like that. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
But
What's Timmy Turner playing?
Yo, that was like
she was reaching for a burner.
Bruh,
kill everybody.
When that came on, I was like, no, y'all not playing designer. But when the whole scene started playing out, I was like, oh my God, it fits so well. And like, I was on Twitter looking at everybody's tweets. People was going crazy like, yo, they pulled out designer on us and everything. But that was a really well executed scene. You know, when he got back, when he was on top of the roof shooting and everything like that, I just loved it all. And I just like how they all came together for that moment, because I was wondering how it was all going to wrap up. Oh, before I forget, what do you think about Lala, man? Do you think we've seen the last of him or not?
No.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
I'm assuming he can't be killed.
Right.
Because he basically said something about reanimation, and during the reanimation process, he basically put a kill switch inside of Lala, so he can't control himself if you say the right thing to him.
Right.
And I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
Like, as far as Tobias goes, I still like Cyanide.
Yeah.
Because she seems like she's really crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when he asked,
he was like, tell him thank you or whatever he said, something along the lines of that.
When he asked her what she thought of Khalil, and then she's just like, I got a question, just pull the gun out. I'm just like, yo, like she is really like off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she don't seem like she thinks, and apparently Tobias raised her, so she's like probably loyal to a T to him.
Right.
And man, I just like the character development of everybody on the show. Like when Timmy Turner was playing, and they're showing Black Lightning in them, and then they show Tobias and Cyanide. And,
that was executed well, because
Painkiller.
at first I thought they were going to go for Black Lightning. I wasn't thinking at the time. I'm like, no, he
had to go take out and make America great again.
Yeah. So I was just like, that scene was executed well. It didn't, like you said, like, you know, in the beginning of the episode, you're like, okay, we're going to have enough time for everything. But by the end of the episode, it all wrapped up really well. Like the time was used very, very well. But what did you think about Tobias and plans for him next season?
I mean, I'm assuming he's just gonna take over the role as the leader of the 100 officially, and I feel like he's gonna take one of those top roles in the organization. And I mean, I'm just really curious to see where it goes from this point on, because I mean, I just really like Tobias. He just has this like swag about him, the way he walks, the way he talks. Like, he was like in straight charisma mode this episode, man, even though he is a bad guy.
How did you feel about Gambi being the one to kill Proctor?
It was great.
I was just a little shocked.
I just leave it
I was just shocked because, you know, most shows will play the safe route and, you know, not kill the villain or something like that, or try to like turn them in or something like that. But, you know, they just straight up off them.
All
and
the
I was
important people are still alive.
But I'm just saying,
Khalil,
I like that
Khalil,
brashness
Lala,
about it. Yeah.
Cyanide, Tobias, they're all still alive.
But it takes guts for a show to do that, because most of the time they'll be like, oh, we're not going to do that because that might show a bad side of them. But I thought that was the perfect kind of redemption for Gambi to close that chapter off. He said that he was just being a rogue agent, I guess. I thought that was kind of weird, but okay. He said he wasn't.
I caught what they were saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a nice way to tie that off without, you know, explaining why national security and all these other agencies aren't coming after them.
Yeah.
So it made perfect sense.
So, what'd you give the episode?
I get this joint an A.
I agree.
I thought this joint was a very good episode.
It closed
I really
well.
enjoyed it. Yeah, like I said, if I had any gripe, it was about the hug.
Yeah.
If you watch it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
I get it, but I still think it looked cool.
It's nitpicking.
Yeah.
It's really some nitpicking, but the whole season was great. I enjoyed the whole season of this show. I can't wait for season 2 to start. I hope it stays at 13 episodes, just because there was no filler episodes on this.
Yeah, it got straight
season.
to the point every episode. Yep.
Yeah, Salim.
I mean, if we do get more episodes, make them each meaningful. I don't want no like, I just don't want it to get to like monster of the week type of episode, like villain of the week, type of thing.
No, I like the way they're doing their character building because they're building it as if it's like a drama show as opposed to animated.
And
show.
they handle those values in the show very well as opposed to the superhero genre. So I'm. And
can we get Static Shock, please?
Yo.
No, we don't need Arrow, Roy Harper.
No.
Like if Felicity or Cisco
comes over none of him. Don't even listen to him. We don't need nobody.
I fuck with them. So if they showed up for like an episode for
Arrow,
8 episodes,
Arrowverse is going downhill.
No.
So keep Black Lightning by itself. I don't want them. No. We don't need no hints of no.
But no mashup, no nothing. Just leave it how it is. The show.
Let's get Static on here,
the best show.
And let's get a couple other DC characters in here that are not related to the Arrowverse.
I just want them to keep using Black Lightning characters.
Yeah,
I didn't know much.
Then we
about
don't need
we
don't need no Felicity and no Cisco.
I just like both of them. They're entertaining, and I can see them probably being entertaining with like Jennifer and this and Black Lightning.
Right. Other than that, I'm very excited for the next season. I'm day one supporter here, so let's go.
Yeah, man, and y'all killed it with the soundtrack all season long.
Yeah, man, for real, great choices. Yeah, but yeah, let us know what you thought about the episode. Let us know what you think about next season. Are you excited? And yeah, just keep supporting the show, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, peace.